You're listening to Sports on Tap, part of the NEO Sports Insiders Network. Here are your hosts, Rob Troutman, Josh Jeffy, Ed Dick, and Sean Duffy.
And welcome to Sports on Tap, part of the NEO Sports Insiders Network. I'm Rob Troutman. We have Josh Jeffy, Ed Dick, and Sean Duffy here live from Z's Cream and Bean in Hinckley, Ohio, 2706 Boston Road. And as Ed Dick would say, it borders 4 cities.
It sure does. They are Hinckley, Strongsville, Brunswick, and North Royalton.
That's right.
Bam.
I love when he says
That
that.
Duff.
I said that.
Oh, it looked more like something that.
No,
Hey,
I was
easy,
counting them.
easy.
Hey,
now.
Well, guys, welcome back.
Yeah.
You guys had a road trip.
This one had a road. Ed had a road trip.
Yeah, you had a road trip to Columbus. Or no, you were in Columbus, and you were coming back from that. We had you by phone for a little bit on our last broadcast.
Actually, that was. I was coming from work, actually.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Yeah, but I had my sister was leaving for. She left to move to Ann Arbor, so she was
man.
want to take her out to dinner before she made that move.
Yeah.
So she's out there now in Wolverine country.
I mean, how is she?
I mean, that's deep in Wolverine
Is she
country.
surviving, I guess, is the question.
She's fine. Her boyfriend is like half of her boyfriend's family works at the U of M.
Okay.
And her dad, and his dad is a season ticket holder for the football game. So,
Man.
I mean, if I can parlay this into some sort of Ohio State Michigan game at some point,
Yeah.
this will have been worth it for me at least.
Well, who knows? I mean, even if possibly, your sister ends up maybe getting married and having children, maybe her children, your niece or future niece or nephew could go to Michigan for free. Who knows?
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Uncle Ed's still going to hook them up with Ohio State stuff.
That's right.
Because I don't see Harbaugh turning that around anytime soon.
Yeah, might take some time there. But, Sean, welcome back.
Yes, sir.
You had
I missed pretty much the entire finals when it came to the podcasting. I didn't get a chance to. I think the last time I was on was at Z's, when we're here at Z's, and we were just going into the finals. And and Rob can attest to this. I was as nervous as anybody on the planet because I was concerned that old Steph Curry was just going to shoot the lights out, and
I think we all kind of were.
that did not happen, folks.
Yeah, a little bit of defense. It's amazing what it can do to a guy named Stephaniel Curry. But
That's not his name.
No, I know, but that's the name I like to give him. But Josh is also here.
Yes.
He's our audio engineer. And
Wow, a new title today. I like it.
or
You should be the
executive
audio
producer.
executive producer / audio intern.
engineer /
Audio intern, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
audio manager. That sounds pretty legit.
Well, Ed, you'd have to understand that prior to this, our fearless leader, Josh Jeffy, forgot one of the most important pieces of equipment.
The very thing that we're able to hear each other on.
Right.
Oh, that
the
was
mix.
today?
Yeah, I had to run back to Studio J and grab it. But, hey,
I'll
we're
tell you
here on
what,
time.
You made it in about 10 minutes,
We're
which I
here
don't know
on
how you
time.
did it, but you did it.
We're
I
here
mean,
on
it
time.
could have been worse. It could have had to go back to studio to RRT Productions. That,
Yes.
that would not have been a fun
Yeah, that
trip
would have
back.
been a 40-minute drive. But, we're going to start things off by talking championship basketball,
baby.
here in Cleveland, Ohio.
City of Champions.
That's right.
We probably should have had We Are the Champions queued up for this.
I thought about it, but it's 2 weeks ago or more.
doesn't matter.
So
Yeah, that's
Well,
all
hold
right.
I
on
want
a
to listen
sec.
to that on
We-
the
actually,
Actually,
It's been 52 years. Now we're going to be semantic. Oh, it's been 2 weeks since we won.
I kind
Derp.
of agree with that here. I think we might have to play it for the Cavs every time we talk about them
on the way out. We'll play it on the way out.
until they get beat, really.
Until they get beaten?
until they
we will start every
they
podcast.
are dethroned. Yeah.
We'll start every podcast with we are the champions until they lose a game, which won't be until November.
Exactly. But, looking at the Cavaliers, now it's off-season. The parade was amazing. There was, 1.3 million people down there. Everything went accordingly. A lot of people like climbing things we realized in Cleveland, but that was really about it. But now the off-season's here. I mean, the parade was unbelievable. We could talk all – here it is. Josh Jeffy.
There it is.
You ask, you shall receive, Ed.
There we go.
If you could see Sean Duffy right now –
what I'd like to do
it's a little
is drive through the city of Oakland in a Cleveland Cavaliers with, like, you ever seen the show The League?
Oh, yeah.
Where they painted the trophy and put the trophy in, like, a case. I want to drive through Oakland. It's probably not the safest thing to do. With a Cavaliers car and the Larry O'Brien trophy on the top and just blast this.
With a big middle finger to
You know what?
fair weather douches.
I'm going to
out there.
kind of switch gears just a little bit. I can't look at Sean with a straight face. He's talking about championship and everything. Staring at me is his Detroit Tigers hat.
Listen.
I'll tell you what, those.
I tell you what. Wait a minute.
I'll tell you what, Duff.
The Tigers have won a championship before the Indians have.
Okay.
They have. I'm just saying.
You're not wrong. I'm not sure what that means.
I'm allowed to say champion here because they have won one in recent history. Not recent.
Recent history.
1984, my
Wow.
friend.
1946, my friend. So
48, but whatever.
48, yes.
Whatever.
Wow.
Same thing.
Get your smack talk right, Duff. Come on now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What year were you born, Sean?
1983.
Oh, okay.
So I was 3 years old when it happened.
All right.
Booyah.
All right.
Hold on a sec. You just said it was 1984. Wait, no, you said it was
86.
1984.
I said yes.
86.
All right, so
All right.
it was
Well,
86?
okay. I didn't mean to
All
throw
right.
the show off
My
the rails
God.
here.
Yeah, we're not talking about
I
baseball.
want to talk
yet.
about Cleveland championship.
Yeah,
That's
let's
what
talk
we-
about Cleveland
but,
champion.
you know,
if you could please turn your head around. No.
I was trying to.
It says Detroit on the other side.
I was
so
trying to
which one
get.
do you-
I was in Cancun for that for Game 7 and for the parade.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you get to watch the game when you were in Mexico?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
There was a sports bar, literally
Okay.
called the sports bar at the
Nice.
resort we were at.
Was
We-
it La Sports Bar?
What was that?
Was it La or L?
No, it was a straight sports bar.
Oh, okay. Just want to make
They
sure.
Americanized the crap out of it.
Wonderful.
I mean, they had bar food like chicken tenders, mott sticks, fantastic.
Nice.
Wow.
So they had. We came across some folks from Columbus on Saturday when we were there, and we got had some beverages with them, and made friends with them, and so we had a pretty good atmosphere for Game 7. And once they won, there is some sort of a DJ going on in the main area, and we were trying to get the DJ to play "We Are the Champions." Myself and this other lady from Columbus, we had a lot of beverages, and we were unsuccessful. Apparently, they would have had to download it, and the Wi-Fi out there is, as you can imagine, is less than stellar.
Questionable.
Out in the
It's
Riviera Maya
Cancun,
there.
though. My gosh.
You're
Yeah.
not, yeah.
I mean, I'm a little surprised they wouldn't have. Well, I guess why would you have that? They probably have all dance music, techno.
That's
and-
exactly what it was.
Yeah. You tried.
But let's. I mean, I
We
want
did.
to. I want to actually talk about Game 7 because that to me has to go down as one of the greatest Game 7s ever. Because I mean, and what was so funny, like that whole series was blowout after blowout. Like there was never a close game in the fourth quarter until Game 7, and like it was the most nerve-wracking like last 7 minutes of that game, especially when we held them scoreless for what felt like 5 minutes or 5 years.
I just wanted the game. Oh, actually, I didn't want it over until Kyrie hit that huge shot. But, it was tied near the end, and LeBron blocked that shot, which, I thought was pretty much a game changer. But Kyrie hitting that shot and putting him up 3, I felt a little bit comfortable just because we were up 3. I knew they could hit a 3, but all they can do is tie. If we were only up 2 points, I would have still been worried. And LeBron, I wanted him to throw that dunk down. He got so high, and Draymond Green fouled him. But he got so
hurt,
high, and, I mean, if he would have threw that down, it would have absolutely been insane. But he got fouled. He at least made one, and I felt a lot better at that point in time. But I was still shocked. I'm like, they have to hit a 3. And something has to happen
Right.
here.
There has to be a foul behind the 3. They make the 3, and it's like
Yeah.
Steph Curry hitting the. You know what I mean? Like
Throwing up his crazy 3-pointers from half
Yeah,
court.
you don't need a phantom foul that
Yeah.
would, that would come up with a 4-point play just to, then we really would be as rigged as one Mrs. Curry / LeBron's new wife, apparently, according to all the memes. As one Aisha Curry would say, I would imagine it would be rigged if there was a fancy 4-point play that would have gotten called on that. I mean, the Cavs cracked down on defense, and quite frankly, Golden State, it was a combination of Golden State. I think, A, they choked.
Yeah.
But B, the Cavs made them choke.
Yeah.
They played tough. They beat the crap out of them, and the referees let them do it.
Yeah.
So I don't begrudge the Cavs at all for the physical style play because the referees let them do it.
And you could tell kind of in the beginning of the game that they were going to let them be pretty physical in this game, and they weren't going to determine the outcome by a lot of foul calling.
Well,
I like that actually, and that favors the Cavs' physical play.
The best part is that it went both ways.
Yeah.
It wasn't just it wasn't because it was a home team. It was a home game for Golden State, and despite Steve Kerr's pleas for he's the MVP, he should get calls.
Dude, that was the worst thing I've ever heard Steve Kerr say.
That might have actually. I almost wondered if that would have.
He's getting most he gets fined is $25,000, but at least he puts it out there. I mean, if Tyronn Lue said the same thing,
he did
actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he did.
And he didn't get much help from it.
He got fined.
No, he didn't. He didn't go as far as to say LeBron's the MVP.
Right.
He should get calls. He just said LeBron gets hit like every play and doesn't get a foul call. I think what they said was different.
Yeah.
The message was essentially the same, but
notice how he wasn't when he was hit. There were some more fouls called for LeBron after that happened. I think that's just head coaches trying to get any edge they can.
I don't know if there
I don't disagree with that.
I don't know if there was a ton more.
It's a weak
calls
take on
that.
Kerr's part, though, in my mind.
Yeah.
It's a weak take. I mean, that at that point, you knew the pressure was on. They just lost 2 in a row. Going back to Game 7, he went out of his way to say, "Really good spot. Yeah, if you told me at the beginning of the year we'd have Game 7 for the championship at home, I'd be happy." The hell you are.
Yeah.
You don't want to have Game 7 at all.
When you're up 3-1, going back to Oakland and losing.
No. Against a team that you had down and out, yet you decided to poke the bear a little bit, and really you pissed the king off.
Yeah.
And he was actually in a position to do something about it. Last year he wasn't.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have enough. He didn't have any help. This year,
different.
he had a full staff of players this year.
And speaking of Game 7, you got to give props to a couple guys who did not have a very good finals this year and last year. One, Kevin Love, didn't even play last year. Had some terrible moments in this year's finals, but came through pretty big.
Yep.
Maybe not on the points scoring-wise, but he did a lot on the defensive end with a big stop towards the defensive play against Steph Curry late in the game. 14 rebounds he had. The other guy is J.R. Smith, who was not enjoying the best of shooting series when it comes to the finals itself. Again, last year he struggled, but this year his defense was really huge. And then he himself brought the team back when Golden State went on that run in one of the games, and then he scored 8 points himself. I mean, that was huge for the Cavs, and that's what you need in a series. You need guys like that to come through. You don't need those guys to play great every game, but if they can give you one game, a key game, then that's going to do good things for you. Let the superstars do their thing. They're going to do their thing. And I think the Cavs were very fortunate, and it's because of them, their defense on Steph Curry, he didn't really have a good series. He was not the MVP he did not play like the MVP that we saw during the regular season. But, kudos to the Cavs. I mean, it was a great, momentous night. I'm proud of my fellow Cavalier Cleveland fans that, one, the city did not burn down like everyone thought it would, and two, having one of the largest crowds for a sporting event in history, 1.3 million people downtown. I mean, that's triple the population of the city of Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, and everything went down relatively unscathed.
Yeah, I mean,
you had a few incidents, but nothing over the top to make our city look bad.
Well, what I want to go back to was,
No, you're not allowed.
Oh, fine. I'm
Tiger fan.
But I'm going to. What I was really kind of struck me was the difference between, Game 1 when it wasn't Steph Curry, it wasn't Klay Thompson, it wasn't Draymond Green as much. It was the bench players to where the adjustments were made. And I think the hat has to go off to Ty Lue for it really did. Those first 2 games, it looked like Steve Kerr was out coaching Ty Lue, and probably to a certain point he was. And Ty Lue made the adjustments and LeBron did too as the leader of this team, and said, "Here's how we're going to beat this team." And what they did was I don't know how they did it, but they got into Harrison Barnes' head because he was the biggest disappearing act, and having such a great playoff run and being the guy that people forgot about because they were focusing on Thompson and Curry on the perimeter, and Harrison Barnes would just hit, a shot, would just get hot because he would be wide open for that shot. It was almost like they gave him enough respect to do that. The Cavs defense did, but they also knew that if they challenged him just enough, he pulled up, he wouldn't hit those shots, and it could just be chalk up to a cold streak. I mean, he could have just caught just a cold streak going into the fall, which is the worst time to do it, but. He was a complete mystery, and it was the biggest X factor was Harrison Barnes. Steph Curry's going to do what he does. Klay Thompson's going to do what he does. Draymond Green, same thing. But Harrison Barnes was the guy that made that offense work when they moved the ball like that, and that was very interesting to me that he lost that.
Well, I think you're exactly right. You're not going to rely on Leandro Barbosa and Sean Livingston to win a series for you, and
they won one game. But
you're right. And
game one.
That's what. It's exactly what Duff alluded to there, and I was thinking, I'm like, you know what, if the Cavs are gonna lose, it's not going to be these guys. Mm-hmm. Obviously they're good players, they're in the NBA, but they're not the type of players that can carry a team for a 7-game series. So continue keeping a one-on-one matchup with Curry and Thompson, and give them the opportunity to continue to score, and they were obviously not able to do that, and that's. I had a feeling that was going to happen. I mean, Livingston's not going to score 20 points a game every game. That was his career high, playoff high. He's never filled it up like that. And like you said with Barnes, that dude didn't make a shot from Game 4 until like
midway through
Game 7. He made one, and
7,
I was in Cancun when that happened, and the few Warriors fans were trying to make a ruckus. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He was like, he's 1 for 82 in the last 3 games. I mean, get the hell out of here.
But as of now, he's $94 million richer.
Hey, you know
that's
what?
Crazy.
Good on him.
Good.
He's going to go to a team
Dallas.
that we're not going to have to worry about seeing. We'll see them twice a year. Be done with them.
Mark Cuban paid a lot of money for a role player, but again,
I kind of agree with that.
But again, if we want to touch on this, if you're a middling NBA player and you happen to be a free agent this year, congratulations on winning the lottery.
Cow.
Well, I can hit a few jump shots.
Yeah.
I think that's good for
Send
at
me
least
out
$2
there.
million.
If Mozgov gets $65 million from the Lakers, put a jersey on me, and I'll sit on the bench and cheer. I'll do it all day long.
Yeah, Delly got paid as well. I mean, good for those guys. Yeah. Congratulations to them for getting paid. I thought Kerr Lue, though, one thing that was interesting in that series was how, we all were talking about they need to move the ball around quite a bit. Mm-hmm. And they did that a little bit, but they more or less attacked the Golden State defense, and that actually worked. And Kerr Lue really figured it out.
It almost looked in the first 2 games they were trying to maybe match what Golden State did, maybe move the ball because they saw that work for Golden State. Then I think maybe game 3, 4, they realized, hey, we don't need to pass the ball. I mean, we can, but penetration by if LeBron James drives the lane every time, there's going to be 2 guys on him, which means there's 1 guy wide open. And the best passer in professional basketball, perhaps the history, I would say LeBron James is going to find that open guy, and he did more times than not. And those guys, and what happened was you saw Kyrie Irving fed off that. I mean, we cannot. I know LeBron James is the MVP, but if there was a dual trophy for most clutch player, I got to say Kyrie Irving's at 41 points.
No
and then
doubt.
He gets the game winner over the reigning MVP in his face, crossover 3-point, drop the mic, over.
Steph Curry really struggled covering Kyrie really all series. Kyrie just outshined him the whole series and didn't play bad defense either.
Mm-hmm.
No, and back to the Cavs, what they did as far as ball movement, in games 5 and 6, and even before that, they were just running a simple offense, 3-man game with LeBron and a point guard, whether it was Delly or Kyrie running a pick, and then it was up to LeBron what he wanted to do from there. And Richard Jefferson was a big part of that 3-man, and then Tristan Thompson got into it too when he would roll down low. So the Cavs just went with a basic offense. But I liked what Ty Lue did. He's like, we're going to keep going back to it every offensive set until Golden State proves they can beat us. And then after Golden State made adjustments, it was Kyrie or LeBron doing something else that actually helped the Cavaliers win those last 3 games.
Yeah, we're coming up on a short break here, coming up on Sports on Tap. We're live from Z's Cream and Bean in Hinckley. And come on up. It's really hot outside and great ice cream in here.
It's even hotter in here, though, Rob, with these 5 guys with Jeff here.
Yeah, our fan, Jeff Troutman, is here wearing a straight out of Cleveland shirt. And, Jeff, what did you get ice cream-wise there?
Ooh,
chocolate chip cookie dough. If it does sound like he is muffled over our airways, because he is, he's got his mouth stuffed to the brim with cookie dough, chocolate chips.
It's disgusting.
Yes.
You know what? What we'll do is we'll take a break, and when we come back, let's talk a little bit about what's going on in free agency, because we really haven't talked about what the Cavs might do, what rumors are going around. I'm sure we've all heard about the rumors and everything. Guys getting paid crazy dollar bills.
Yeah.
Except for us here at Sports on Tap. Anybody want to sign us to a free agent contract? I'm
more than willing. More than willing.
Paid sponsors, we are taking them.
I will sign a veteran minimums contract right now.
Yeah, me too. That's all I ask. All right, we're Sports on Tap, live from Z's Cream and Bean. We're coming back after a short break.